Hello, friends. I hope that you're having a good night. Today, or I should say this evening, you can see my Christmas lights kind of shining through the curtain in the back. This evening we are going to cover Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. I'm putting them together because they have a lot of similarities when it comes to wheelchair accessibility. Overall, both places are considered wheelchair accessible. They comply with ADA regulations, but I do want to say that there are a lot of, even though there's wide streets, there are choke points that um, make it hard to navigate with a wheelchair. Folks that have an electric wheelchair will probably do better simply because just the nature of an electric versus someone pushing a chair. Again, we went in November, which is right the week of Thanksgiving, which is a busier time than the week before or than the week after. So know that my experience could vary greatly from yours, especially if you choose a, like a low attendance time. I don't think there's really a downtime at Universal. But that being, or in Diagon Alley or Hogsmeade, I know they're both very popular places within the park. That being said, the actual outdoor areas to both are wide. There's room, especially Diagon Alley. There's room for you to be pushed or to meander as a group, and there should be no issue, no feeling uncomfortable. Our concerns came when we wanted to go in the shops. The shops, again, the whole idea is that they're trying to create a realistic to the movie feel. And the shops themselves, even though many of them are interconnected, so the storefronts are all different, but then you can go from one to another. And inside there are things like ramps, if necessary. If there's a step down, then there's like a ramp down. But they're tight. They're tight. And I was thinking about when we were leaving Gringotts, it dumps you out. The exit dumps you out to where the lockers are, and then right into a gift shop. Of course, it does. I shouldn't say gift shop. I know it's one of the stores in the Wizarding World. I just can't think of which one it dumps me out into. It's the one with the stars on the ceiling. It's really pretty, actually. But it is tight, and that being said, if it were not a busy place, it would be fine for a wheelchair. But my daughter definitely felt uncomfortable in the stores in the chair. I went into Florian Fortescue's. I can tell you that the door was wide enough for a push chair to go take her into Florian Fortescue's, but then they had a roped off queue line to get the ice cream that would not have been conducive. It was very tight. I'm sure the chair would have fit in there, but it would have been very awkward for her and for the people around us too. Um, so although best of intentions, I'm sure, with the queue line, it really was not conducive to somebody with mobility needs, mobility issues. If you want them to be able to have the same experience as people that do not need a chair, um, it's not going to happen with the way certain things are set up, and that's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I do understand those queue lines are put in there just to manage crowd levels, and especially during a busy time of year, they may not have other options. But she loves Harry Potter. It's her like favorite thing on earth outside of like horses and cats, right? So horses, cats, and Harry Potter, that's her life. And for the kiddo not to be able to go in to the cool ice cream place where Harry gets his peanut butter and strawberry sundae, kind of kind of sad, right? So I went in with my mother and we got the ice cream for all four of us and brought it out to her and my husband, and they stayed outside because there was just no way she wasn't going to feel comfortable going in. So I will say on a busy day that will probably be the case with anyone in a chair unless they restructure those lines. Florian Fortescue's was tight. We went into Madame Malkin's the day before when she wasn't having issues. My daughter and my husband both have a genetic disorder where they have certain triggers, and if they have an episode, they may have weakness and not be able to walk for a period of time. And that being said, they can have a great day and be able to walk, and then the next day not be able to. So that's why my experiences vary so much. But Madam Melkins, the day before, she was able to walk in and get her robe and get sized and do all of that. And that was very special and important for her. And I will say that the robe, Madam Melkins, was not as crowded. So if you had a chair, you would have been able to get in, and there weren't as many rows or tight like turns. It was kind of a around the back, come down and out. But again, you wouldn't be able to. There were a few tight turns where there were items, and someone probably would have had to grab those for you. You would have had to work as a team to get things. So just know that some of those shops are not ideal for wheelchairs in general, whether they're push or electric. I think the push ones might be better because they take up less space, so you may not feel as awkward or as smushed. But I would say if you want to go into the shops and you're staying on property, to use your early hour and do that first. I know that's going to sound weird, but I would do that first before the shops get extremely busy because everyone else is going to be riding rides. And if you want to see those shops and be able to get in there and be comfortable, that is what I would do personally. I will say we ate at the Leaky Cauldron, and that was fine. The line to get in was nice and wide. The queue was not they had like a rope kind of queue thing where they could have made it windier, and it wasn't when we were there. It was pretty straightforward going straight through. Went right up. The tables were the correct height, at least the table we sat at was, and we had no issues. So our experience at the Leaky Cauldron was excellent. I'm sure experiences can vary per person, but I'm just telling you ours was good. Um, our other experiences in the wizarding world, we did not get to eat at Three Broomsticks, although we wanted to. They had some kind of special reservations that were booked months and months in advance, so no one could eat breakfast there. So I did not get to experience the Three Broomsticks. However, we did go into the Hogshead to get beverages. We got our hot butter beer, our cold butter beer, our frozen butter beer. Great place to get all three. It's right next to Three Broomsticks. There was no issue there. We grabbed that and we actually went out and onto the back patio and we drank our butter beer out there. Again, wide open space, no problems, very, very friendly. No problems with any of that. Most of the problems navigating with the chair were due to crowds and due to, I think, just the construction of trying to make everything feel like a small Scottish village or a hidden away area behind London. It just streets are a little narrower, sidewalks are really narrow, and people all wanted to be there. So it was a little, but I was actually kind of expecting that, to be honest with you. It didn't catch me off guard. What I wasn't expecting was how small the shops would be inside. Um, that Weasley's Wizarding Weezes was going to be tight, very, very tight quarters. I will also say, due to supply chain issues, they were having problems keeping certain items in. So hopefully, when you visit, that won't be an issue. But that's not an accessibility thing. That's a world we're living in thing. If you have any specific questions, I would love for you to comment. I'm more than willing to help you. I just know, as a family that has individuals with special needs, that a lot of times it's hard to find information. So please feel free to comment and I'll give you any info that you would like. All right. So again, overall, a great experience to see Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. Going in the shops again tight. Maybe use your early morning hours to do that. All right. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.